So I was gonna work on this during the weekend on my days off, but I honestly just really needed my days off because I do get burnt out doing, art 30 hours a week for a living. So I just decided to allow myself to actually have some time to just chill out and rest and like do other things, go out, garden, and go swimming and enjoy the summer. But I will be finishing this project. If I don't finish this entirely today, basically I'm just gonna, work on it a little bit each day with my other commissions until it is done. So that's how I'm gonna work it, because I still have to like entirely paint the background and do the highlights on the characters. So that's where we're at so far. Also, Wednesday, apparently, my nephew is having his 21st birthday. So, and it's going to be happening right at the time where I usually stream. So that's going to kind of affect my schedule a wee bit. So I'm supposed to start another really big cell shaded commission tomorrow and work on that for like the next couple of days. So we'll just, play it by ear. We're gonna see how much we can get done. Got a lot of projects, and I want to thank everybody who commissioned me, because like my commissions were getting a little slim and income was getting a little iffy for the past couple of months. So, I made an announcement and a lot of you guys came through for me, and I am now completely booked until early September, which it's actually been months since I've been booked out more than a month in advance. So I'm really, really, really happy about that. Like, seriously, I can't thank you guys enough for the support. It means everything to me to be able to continue doing what I do and not have to quit, art and streaming and go out and get another regular job. Because I really, really don't want to do that. As y'all can imagine. Still waiting to get more commissions. Rubs hand together evilly. I can't wait till Dirt realizes what I did. Yeah, you really went like hog wild on that. So yeah, like as of right now, I'm in pretty good shape, and I'm really glad because my rent is going up. So, money is good. Gotta keep the roof over my head and gotta feed my cat and all that good stuff. So, yeah. Right now, I'm also working to start booking up September as well. Just, get them all in there. So, it's good to know I got work for a little while. Oh yeah, money is definitely good. Because, like, life is expensive, I live in New York and it's not cheap here. Like, everything, groceries, gasoline, bills, rent. Like, it's all a lot. It really does add up. So being able to, support myself and take care of my family is important to me. And by family, I mean my cat. I don't have children, I just have a cat. And I guess, like, my fiance too, but he also has his own job, so, I'm in South Dakota, things here are going up in price, unfortunately. Kitties are family. Yeah, I feel like just things are expensive everywhere, you know? But, yeah, like, it's crazy how when I go to buy groceries, just, you know, I don't even get that much, and it costs like a fortune. It's like every time I go out to buy food, like $100 just goes poof, and I'm like, whoa. Poof. And also my cat, like her food is more expensive than my groceries. I have 4 mouths to feed, including my own. Yeah, see, that's a big responsibility. So, yep, but we're making it through this world, doing what we gotta do. Three animal babies, aw. Two animals, one kid, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of crazy how expensive our pets can be, you know? As for music, unfortunately, because I'm also streaming on YouTube, I can't play any copyright music on my stream. So I have like a royalty copyright free playlist going right now, and I know it's like not the greatest music in the world, but like if I play anything copyright, YouTube immediately takes down my video, and like I risk getting like copyright strikes and stuff. And the reason why I stream to YouTube as well as Twitch is because I'm trying to broaden my reach, like get more people to find me and see my art. But YouTube is like very, very strict. Like their detection of copyright music is something else. Like usually with Twitch, you know, they mute your video if it has copyright music, but they don't outright like delete the VOD. But YouTube just immediately is like, nope, we're taking your video down. So nobody's gonna see it. Like, it really sucks. But yeah, I don't know like if YouTube is actually helping me get, you know, more visibility at all, because I don't do anything to my videos. Like, I don't edit them fancy or, you know, anything like that. I stream and I keep the original footage up on there, and then I periodically check YouTube to see like how many views the videos get, and some of them get maybe 50 or 60 views, so like it at least lets me know there are people that are seeing my art, and they might, you know, click the links that I provide in the description and like join my Discord server, potentially commission me. So I want to keep that avenue open. But I feel like with YouTube, I'd probably be more successful if I actually like made, you know, videos, like content, not just, you know, streaming stuff, but editing videos and talking about stuff, I guess, like sharing my thoughts on things. But I really hate video editing so much. Like, it is just so time consuming and difficult and just a pain in the butt. Like, I really don't like video editing. a YouTube channel too. I really don't like editing them either. It's a lot and very time consuming. Yeah, and it's like, it's so time consuming, but it's like, you don't know if all that effort you put in is even gonna pay off. And that's what's really like stressful about it. So I don't really bother. Like, I'm just gonna stream and leave the original footage up, and like, that's it. That's my entertainment for YouTube. It's literally the lowest effort I could possibly put forth towards that platform. It's like, there you go, guys. There's videos up. I didn't do anything to them, but they're there. And you can watch them if you want. Granted, like, stream videos are super long. Like, some of them are like 6 to 7 hours long. And it's just mostly music playing and then, you know, art being drawn. So it's not like the most exciting, entertaining thing ever that you could possibly watch on YouTube, but you know, sometimes on occasion I have some good conversations going in my streams, but good luck finding where they are in a 7-hour video. If I wasn't so lazy, I could go through my footage and clip stuff too, because I know a lot of YouTubers do that. They'll like clip out snippets from the streams of stuff that they said or did that was really funny. But again, that requires editing and also having to go through 7 hours of footage just to find like one good clip. That seems like a nightmare right there. I feel like this is why a lot of YouTube people hire people to do this stuff for them. Like the ones that have money. They're like, hey you, I want you to edit my videos for me. Here's some money. Yeah, like if I could afford to hire somebody to like, you know, edit stuff together, I'd be like, here you go. But I would have to be like a really popular streamer or YouTuber, like making mad bank to be able to actually have employees and pay them. Like I am a one-woman business right now. I do everything all by myself. So only so many hours in the day, you know? If I had a more popular following and needed to edit my videos, I'd do that without a doubt. Yeah. I've always struggled to grow the following. Like, you know, I used to watch a lot of videos and tips and guides, like, oh, how to grow your following, how to play the algorithm, you know, how to, like, all the things you gotta do to basically get popular on the internet and, like, become a wizard of social media to the point where you know, you get people to do whatever you want. I have never succeeded at it. And I finally kind of reached a point in my life where it's like, I don't even care anymore. Like, I used to get really obsessed with the numbers. I'd be like, oh boy, I'm finally gonna hit 500 followers on Instagram. Oh boy, look, I'm getting close to 1,000 followers on Instagram. But like, I'm definitely over it. But I've been on Instagram now since like 2017 and I still haven't hit 1,000 followers. And my following pretty much just gets stuck. Like, where? Let me check, see where it's at. We are at 937 followers on Instagram right now. And it's constantly going up and down because every time I post something, like, people unfollow me, which kind of sucks. It's like, what, you don't like my art? Isn't that the reason you followed me in the first place? And they're like, oh god, you posted art, unfollow. Yeah. Although I do feel like a lot of the follows I get are like from spammers, because the other thing that really annoys me about Instagram is every time I try to advertise for art commissions, I get like the same exact scam messages over and over. Like, I get these randos that, you know, DM me on Instagram, and like, they basically say, I want you to draw a picture of my son's pet. Like, it always starts like that. And first of all, it's like, clearly, you know this is a scam, because if they had a look at my gallery, like, does it look like I draw people's pets? I mean, I used to a long time ago, like years ago. You'd have to scroll way, way down my Instagram to find any drawings of pets. Like, if you look at what I post, I freaking draw, like, World of Warcraft and D&D and Elder Scrolls and Final Fantasy characters. So why would you be asking me to draw your pet? So that's, like, the first red flag right there, that those messages are not legit people looking to get commissions, that they're just scams. And then the other red flag is if you're dumb enough to fall for it, like if you're really desperate for money and you're like, all right, I'll draw somebody's dog, you know, whatever. So the way they do things is they try to like send you a bad check that's gonna bounce in your bank account, and then they basically clean out your bank account. Because the way banks work is when you get checks, like that money, they basically lend you the money before the check actually clears. So the way the scam works is the scammer sends you more money than what you ask for. And then they're like, oh, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. Could you like send me back the leftover, you know? Like, keep the money that you were supposed to get paid and then send me back the excess. And then the check bounces. They get paid the excess and then some. So it's really, really scummy. And the only reason I know about this is because it almost happened to me once when I was like, I had an account on this website called takelessons.com because I was trying to advertise to teach private art lessons online during the pandemic. And I had a guy that's like, oh, I want you to do art lessons with my son, and I'll send you the money for like X amount of lessons, blah, blah, blah. Like, it, you know, we actually had a back and forth, and I thought it was legit because I didn't really know any better, unfortunately. At this time, it was the first time I ever dealt with this kind of scam. So I actually did get mailed the check and I did deposit it. And then I was telling Mike about it, like how it was weird that they sent me the wrong amount and they wanted me to send them back the money. And Mike is like, whoa, that's a big red flag. You need to like go to the bank, tell them to like cancel that check and that it's bogus and a scam. And he explained the scam to me and I realized I'd been almost had. But luckily my bank is really good and they like, you know, the check did bounce and they waived the fee. because, you know, I went and told him in advance, like, I think it, you know, it was a scam. And of course, I threatened the guy. I was like, yeah, I know what you're up to, you know. And he got really mad and then never heard from him again. Probably some dude in India or something, you know, but that's just how it goes. What if I ask you to draw my pet as like a hunter pet from WoW? Drawing like fantasy creatures and animals and stuff from WoW is totally fine. I was just specifically referring to like people who want me to draw like their actual real life pets. And again, this is something I will do. Like, if you really wanted to commission me to like draw, you know, your cats or your dogs or your lizards or something, like, I'm not gonna say no to a pet commission. It's just not like my preferred kind of work, but like I can draw animals and I can do portraits of real people and stuff like that. Like, I've done commissions like that for many years, so I do have a lot of experience with it. It's just, like I said, it's not like my preference, you know. Like, I'd rather not draw, you know, real portraits of people or pets or whatever, because I like doing my kind of stylized, cartoony fantasy stuff that I do. But, you know, money is money, so. Yeah, I did one for Chumpette when she worked at a college. I had to draw this cat thing, this mascot cat thing. So, you know, that was a little bit different for me, like out of the norm of what I usually do. But it was fun. I had a lot of fun with it, and I think it came out pretty good. So, see, I've seen those before. They like add an extra number to the amount you're sending. Yeah. Yep. People that complain Discord, oh my god, you ping them for something related to what the Discord is about. Yeah. do. Let's see. She still has it up in her office too as her centerpiece on her wall. Aw, that's so nice. I'm really glad. You know, it's funny too. Every time I go to my local bank, like on the rare occasions I actually do go into the bank, because most of the stuff I do mobile, like on the phone. My banker people are always like, hey, I want to commission you. Like, they usually always want to commission me to draw their pets, and then they never do. Like, one of them was all set and ready to go, like, around Christmas time, like, wanted me to draw her dog that passed away as, like, a memento. And then, you know, the day before I was supposed to do the commission, she's like, oh, sorry, I gotta cancel. My sister got me a picture done of the dogs. Oh man, that sucked. I was like, I literally lost out on $200 right around Christmas. So, like, every time I go to the bank and they're like, I want to commission you, I'm like, yeah, sure you do. Sure you do. And yeah, that's happened so many times too. Like, they've always been like, oh, I want you to draw my dog, I want you to draw my bird, I want you to draw my horse. And I give them all the information. I'm like, okay, this is how much it's gonna cost. This is when I can get it done. Here's my business card, my phone number, my email, blah blah blah. And then they never contact me. So it's like, okay, whatever. Whoa. Let's see. They're looking so amazing. Oh, thank you. I noticed that too. It's like coming in and out of my right side of my headphone. Your mic is being weird. Huh. Let me do a mic check real quick, because I'm not even sure exactly which microphone it's using, because it hasn't been using the right one. Let me see. Blue Snowball. Blue Snowball. Hello? I switched it to my Blue Snowball because it was on my webcam microphones, and I think it was on both webcams, so I have like one behind me and one in front of me, so that might have been why the audio was a little bit weird. Does everybody hear me okay? Now you're barely audible. Alright, let me try something else. Hang on a minute. Okay, this is on 2 microphones. Headset. No, we don't want headset. For some reason, if I put it on the camera microphone, it does both cameras. Like, it can't distinguish one from the other. So I don't really know how to fix that, because there's no options to fix that. And as for getting the Blue Snowball louder, I could pull it closer to my face because it's on an arm. So let me try that. I'm gonna grab that. Also, hi Savannah! I'm gonna grab the Blue Snowball, pull it closer, because I'm sure that's probably why it's not loud, because it's just not close enough to me. I'm gonna get it right as far down close to my face as I could get it. Alright, let me switch over, and then you guys let me know how it sounds. Because I'm technically supposed to be using that microphone anyway, not my webcam mic, so. Alright, we're now on the Blue Snowball microphone that's on the arm. Is it sounding a little better to you guys? Because I pulled it, it's pretty close, it's maybe like 10 inches from my face right now. Maybe a foot at most. Okay. Alright, good. Anywho, what was I talking about? I was talking about all kinds of stuff. Talking about social media, scammers, the bank people not being reliable, always wanting commissions, pet commissions, drawing in his little beardy beard, erase away all this other stuff. had a good couple of days off. Just been chilling, working on my garden, doing a little bit of personal art, role playing. Oh yeah, I know something I could talk about. So, like, apparently it's a big surprise, but the Dragon Prince Season 5 just dropped on Netflix, like, 2 days ago. So Mike and I already watched the first 2 episodes, and we're gonna watch more tonight. And normally when the Dragon Prince drops, I just binge the whole thing. Like, I will literally sit and watch, like, all 9 or 10 episodes in one shot. But I'm trying to be good and space it out and not just completely no life the show. Season 4 was disappointing to me, so I have like some high expectations for season 5. And so far the first 2 episodes were like solid, like genuinely good. So I'm actually feeling really hopeful that all the things that they did wrong with season 4, they're gonna fix their sins for season 5 and make it better. For anybody who has not ever seen The Dragon Prince, it is created by the same people who did Avatar: The Last Airbender, or at least one of the people who worked on Avatar. And it is a past fantasy kind of show that is, you know, it's, if you like World of Warcraft and fantasy genre in general, which I know you guys do, you would probably really enjoy The Dragon Prince, because it's about dragons and elves and medieval fantasy stuff galore. The artwork is solid, the character designs are pretty amazing. So, yeah. And also, I will say, like, I definitely took a lot of inspiration from their moon shadow elves when I created my alien guy. Like, I probably didn't realize it at the time, but he does look a lot like Erebos, and I'm like, oops, that kind of happened. Erebos is, like, really, really sexy. He's my type. He's this villain, Star Touch elf character, and he's got like the dark bluish purple skin and white hair and horns and sparkles all over his body, and it's like, he looks like a Nightborn, which, you know, again, Nightborn is also very much my type. So when I designed my character Anka, he does resemble that kind of look a lot. Dark purple skin, white hair, horns, like, oops, it happened. What can I say? I like my drow kind of characters, you know, the dark elves, the starry midnighty elves, nightborn elves, all of that kind of stuff. It's my thing. Sorry, I went quiet for a moment. One of my RP partners posted. Solzen posted in our Shadowrunners RP, which, by the way, the Shadowrunners thing has been getting better, because, like, in a previous stream I was talking about how it was very confusing for me, because, like, I don't understand the world at all, and it's very foreign to me. But, like, my RP partner's been helping me a lot. Like, there's still a ton I don't know, like, a lot of lingo and lore and whatever, but, he's been doing really well to explain stuff to me as it comes up and, like, guide me in, you know, how to write my technomancer abilities and, like, what it is she can do and how she taps into the matrix and augmented reality versus virtual reality and deckers and how they work and how they hack things. So, like, it's been going pretty good. And the story's been definitely picking up and getting, like, a lot more exciting. So, I gotta say, I'm definitely starting to enjoy the RP, for sure. It's not as scary now. Like, I'm starting to feel more into the characters and, like, learning the world and everything. Learning how things work. So, it was definitely a rocky start. It's hard to write what you don't know, but it's moving along a lot better now. So yeah, he just wrote a post, so I just paused a moment just to read it. I'll give you guys like a quick summary, I guess, of what's been happening in that RP, because it's been pretty interesting. So, for anyone who doesn't know, Shadowrunners is basically like a cyberpunk kind of thing. You know, it's like a sci-fi, fantasy, futuristic, dystopian kind of world setting. And it is like our world, the real world, but with fantasy. So, you know, some humans mutated, so you got like elves, trolls, orcs, dwarves, all different kinds of stuff like that. And then you have your different classes. So there are mages, there's people who can use magic. You got like gangsters and thugs, and my character is a technomancer, so basically she can like do hacking and access the internet without using any kind of like devices. She can literally just use her brain and see, you know, icons and get access into anything that has code, like machinery and electronics and stuff. So the story is that my character is an elf named Fiona, and oh dear, had a bad dungeon. So my character Fiona is was dating a gang leader who is a jerk, like a very abusive, horrible person, and she was essentially kind of like trapped, you know, living in his apartment, paying rent, not really getting anywhere in life. And he knew that she was a technomancer. And apparently Solzen explained to me, like, you know, technomancers try and keep that like on the down low. They don't just go and tell anybody willy-nilly that they have that ability, because it's very dangerous for people to know, because there's a lot of corporations and stuff that would like try to manipulate them or have them killed, because obviously their abilities are pretty dangerous, you know, being able to just hack at will from anywhere just using their mind. So Fiona's abusive gangster boyfriend is the only person who knows that she's a technomancer, and he basically kind of uses it as a form of blackmail to keep her like under his thumb. So she spends her days making BTL chips, which means better than life. So they're like augmented reality fantasy kind of things, and people get like addicted to them. Kind of like if you guys have ever watched Star Trek, they have like the holodecks where people could go in and, you know, live out all these different kinds of virtual fantasies that are so realistic. It's like that, basically. So people buy these chips and, you know, live out whatever freaking fantasy they want. But they get so addicted they probably like forget to, you know, actually take care of their real body, like they don't feed themselves or whatever. So the BTL chips become kind of like drugs for people. So Fiona decides to, on the side, you know, she makes some contacts and she decides to start doing a shadow running gig. And basically shadow running is like, you know, just going on missions, you know, stealing things, getting information, whatever, you know. It's like freelance mercenary work, essentially. So she met up with this group and they went on their very first mission where they were given a task to retrieve a briefcase with some kind of item in it, but they don't know what the item is, obviously. They just have to retrieve it and, you know, bring it back. But unfortunately, that briefcase was being guarded by Yakuza. So her and her 3 other teammates had to break into this like old abandoned plant and get the suitcase. So there was like a firefight and she had to do a lot of hacking, you know, find out if there were security systems or cameras and hack their guns and make their phones explode and all this other stuff. And Solzen helped me, like, you know, figure out like what she could do with her abilities as a technomancer. So it was pretty fun, you know, making people's cell phones explode because she could hack the batteries and blow them up. And then, you know, having to do a little bit of gun fighting and all that. So ultimately the group was successful. They retrieved the suitcase, but then the person who hired them double-crossed them and sent goons after them to basically try and kill them and steal the suitcase without having to pay them their fee for doing the job. So that was fun. So there was a car chase and the characters managed to get away, and then they got in touch with the boss of the guy who hired them. So the guy who hired them got severely punished, and we were finally compensated and paid double the amount that, you know, we did the job for. So Fiona, for the first time ever, finally gets to go home with a little bit of money, but her abusive, you know, gang leader boyfriend, being the jerk that he is, got into a fight with her. And so finally she made the big decision that she was going to leave him, and he tried to kill her. So he had like a cybernetic arm, and he's like, you know, has augmentations, and he basically picked her up by the throat and like lifted her off the ground and was gonna choke her. And so she was able to hack the, you know, components inside that connect to his like nervous system, and basically do that whole, you know, like exploding the cell phones thing. She did that with his cyber augmentations, just exploded it from inside his body, which caused him a lot of pain. And from there she was able to get away from him. But of course he threatened, like, he's gonna let everybody know that she's a technomancer and he's gonna put a hit out on her. So now she has to pretty much watch her back wherever she goes, because there's gonna be a whole gang and corporations and bounty hunters and everything trying to find her and kill her. So, you know, now she's homeless, and she obviously her relationship with that jerk is definitely over. So she went on the run and she decided to go back to the bar where she got hired for the shadow running job, and she basically is standing there with just her backpack, like one outfit, her gear, her gun, and that's it. And she's like, yo, I need help. And that's where we're currently at in the story. So she's basically being taken in by the guy that hired her, and you know, her shadow running teammates now are her new friends. And I don't know what's gonna happen after that. Like, I don't know, you know, if Solzen is gonna write out like gangsters trying to come to kill her and how she's gonna handle that situation if and when it happens. But yeah, so far the story's been pretty fun. So it's not so scary anymore, and that like I don't really know the Shadowrun world or how anything works. I'm just kind of going with the flow of it. But yeah, that's my story so far. Technomancer on the run, trying not to get killed. I like it. Having a good time. Alright, here. Alright, let me see. Sorry, Savannah. I was just talking, but I'm gonna read what you wrote. I fell to my death and literally got laughed at, left behind, and missed a boss to dying again. Aw, man. I've had that happen to me. More than I can even say, honestly. Like, people in those dungeons, they just don't care. Like, you know, and I usually play DPS too, and they're like, we don't need your DPS. Like, apparently not. But yeah, I've had that happen to me before. I can't say that they laughed at me though, but I've definitely been left behind and I've missed bosses because I've died. And nobody seemed to care, they just continued on without me. It doesn't happen often though, luckily, but yeah, I've been there. It's no fun. But, you know, there's always the next dungeon, you know, plug up another group, and it's always nice when you get a group of, like, actually nice people, people who will wait for you, people who will res you when you die and not just immediately run and keep going. So, I always hold out hope, you know, for when I get a nice group. A good pub. By the way, I pretty much made up this armor. Like, yeah, I referenced the AI art, but like I made up a lot of the details here in the design, so I hope Ryth's RP person likes it. Yay! It's been really fun, like, designing the armor. Just like adding, you know, some pretty filigree and what have ya. It looks great. Yay! I'm so glad. And it's unique armor, not found in World of Warcraft. But it definitely has like that high elf look to it, which I like. Like that regal look. So today the plan is, once I finish this and maybe finish the Final Fantasy 1 in its entirety, if not put a good dent in it, me and Mike are going to watch a few more episodes of The Dragon Prince Season 5. So excited about that. Especially hoping to see some more Erebos. I love Erebos. Oh, also I managed to get my trading post stuff done this weekend too. So that's like a large part why I didn't work on the Final Fantasy thing on like Friday and Saturday, because I really needed to get my trading post done because the month is almost over and I didn't want to miss out on, you know, getting the stuff, because I've been getting the stuff every month, like without fail. So I managed to do it. I got it all done. And I got all the things that I wanted from the trading post that I could get. So I feel good about that. I even got to see Soup for the first time. Because I always hear people like saying, Soup, I met Soup. And like, there's so many memes about it. And I'm like, I don't know what Soup is because I've never done it. Like I'm really behind, as always, because honestly, I don't get to play the game. Like, even though I make my living off of doing art for the game, I almost never actually get to play. Because I just don't have the time. And then, I will be honest, like, after 3 straight years of playing lots of WoW, I'm a little bit burnt out on it again, so, like, I've been kind of not feeling like playing, even if I do have time to play. The only thing I do in WoW every month is I do the trading post. And, I'll do some old content, like I'll do transmog runs and mount runs. Old raids, old dungeons, stuff like that. But I just don't really progress in the game at all. I don't do current content. So I am just super behind on everything, as always. Just like I was in Shadowlands, but for Shadowlands, it was just, I legit didn't like Shadowlands at all. Like, I did not enjoy the quests or the story or anything, so I was dragging my feet. But I will say, while I was doing the trading post stuff and I was questing, I just noticed that, like, all these hours of grinding, doing all this stuff, and even just doing the quests for Azure Span, I just felt so bored, and that was the problem. Like, I feel guilty about not playing WoW, but then when I actually do play WoW, I feel so bored. Like, I know Dragonflight is like a better expansion. And it's not even that there's nothing wrong with Dragonflight. Like, the game itself is fine. I think what I'm finding boring is just the quests, as always. Like, when I'm trying to do the quests, it just feels like the same old thing I've been doing for the past, I don't even know how many years, since 2009. Hang on, I gotta use a calculator. 2023 minus 2009. 14 years, okay? So, like, that's a really long time to be playing a game. And I'm just kind of bored because it's always the same kind of quests. Like, you read some text. The text is usually rather dry. There's nothing overly exciting. And then you go and you kill X number of things or gather X number of things, and you complete the quest and you get your little bit of pittance of gold or rewards that you're gonna vendor that you can't really do anything with. And then you move on and you do it again, and then the next thing you know, you've been doing this for like hours and you're like, wow, I'm not really having fun. So that's when I start to be like, I just don't really feel like playing this because it's just not interesting. And I feel sad about it because it's like I want to feel like the magic and the passion that I felt for WoW for years, you know, like when I really get into the story and I'm genuinely enjoying it and I feel motivated to do the grind because there's a really good reward. It's like there's a carrot at the end of that stick. There's something I absolutely just have to have, and it drives me to get it. But a lot of the rewards are not really enticing to me, so it's like I don't feel that urge to grind because the stuff that there is to get is just meh, you know, like I could live without it, you know? So if I don't have that driving me, that addictive component to the game of something that I really want to obtain, whether it's an achievement or a mount or a pet or, you know, whatever it is, if that's not there for me, then I have a hard time maintaining my interest and my focus and accomplishing the task. Like, it just kind of feels like I'm wasting my time and there's other things I'd rather be doing. So it does just make me sad. You know, it's like I really love World of Warcraft, but gosh darn it, sometimes it just feels so unrewarding and so boring and like a big time sink, and I'm not getting anything out of it. And then what else is stressful is like I want to start trying to do, like, I want to do Raid Finder and I want to work my way into doing, like, you know, mythics and get myself geared and do PvP and do battlegrounds and like actually start, you know, earning myself some better gear and some cooler rewards. And the queues take forever, so I'm just sitting here waiting, doing nothing, or questing, boring quests. And I finally get into the queue and it all just goes really wrong. Like it goes horribly. I get into LFR and the tanks keep leaving, the DPS keep leaving, or we keep wiping on the same boss over and over again. I get into a battleground and we're constantly like losing, like I can't win a single battleground. So then this kind of stuff happens and it further makes me not want to play because I'm not getting any gear, I'm not getting any rewards, I'm not getting any achievements, I'm not making it through the content, and I don't have any like friends or guild or support to help get me through any of this stuff. So again, it's kind of like dampening, my fun. Because it's like the game is becoming a struggle. Like all I want to do is just get to the most current content and like be a viable player, and I want to have fun and I want to feel like I'm achieving something and I'm not just floundering around. Because I'm a very casual player. I'm not super good at anything in the game. Like my DPS isn't great, nothing I do is very great, so, I get rejected, like I don't get invited into groups. I look in the group finder and I get declined all the time for everything, like nobody will let me in. So I feel like I'm locked out from a lot of stuff. And so I end up on my own just doing the boring quests, and then when I'm done and I got my trading post stuff all unlocked, I'm like, all right, time to log out. And that's it. I don't play again. So let me read the chat real quick. Let's see. I'm way behind on the chat, so just give me a minute to get caught up. Why are you buy clothes at the soup store? Didn't like Shadowlands either. Hated the storyline. Pretty dumb to me. That's just how WoW is. It's how it's always been. My passion is in roleplay, and I find the story without the content. Same here, Lom. There's also the manner of like, I don't treat questing as a grind. Maybe that's where we differ. I don't do side quests much. See, when it comes to the quests, I've always made myself read all the text of every single quest, and I do every single quest. I do all the main quests, I do all the side quests, I do all the daily quests, and I do all the world quests, and I get really burnt out from it. Like, it just kills my fun and my joy so much, because some of the quests are genuinely good. Usually the main story quests are great. Like, I love the cinematic scenes. I love getting, some beefy lore going. But the side quests, the daily quests, the world quests, a lot of them are like, oh my god, just not entertaining at all. Just no. Anyway, I'm going to keep reading the chat. I'm just kind of reading the chat and also giving my opinions as I go. Let's see. It's kind of telling that the arc I'm most invested in right now is the one involving my satyr priest trying to move on from his past. Let's see. I do too. I only stay on WoW anymore for RP nowadays. Same here. I play on Viccian the most. I go the item level up to 420 outside of raids. And hello, Kaiser Dragon. Would you like a group to have some help. I've never had a group wipe more than twice on a boss in LFR, thinking I can send you a group to get help. Do you have like a guild or something? Let's see, I want to help. A friend in my guild sent me a support community for raids and mythics. And yeah, Kaiser, I remember you helped me and I appreciate that. Since I'm maining Shaman. See, did you do your 4 mythic dungeons for weekly? I can't even do mythics yet because I'm not even geared. Actually, I'm not even geared enough to do heroics yet. Like, I'm locked out of Dragonflight heroics. My item level is currently 369, so... And like I said, every time I try to do something to get better gear, I get, like, locked out. So, nobody wants me. See, did it on my Shaman. I got Beacon Heroic. Community. I will bring you to do Suffusion camps. I don't know what that is. You will get 376 plus gear easy. Ah! That's good enough for mythics. But I can do mythics with 369. See, I even tried to post for, like, mythics just to get started. Like, you know, get my first mythic key. Just, like, level 1. And nobody would join my group at all. Like, I really wanted to try one. You know, just try it. And I post the group in the group finder and nobody joins, so... Like, how do I even get started doing mythics? I can't find a group that's just starting with a 1 key. And nobody will invite me when I try to join one. And when I try to make my own, nobody joins. So it's like, it just feels so defeating. It's like, I just want to play the game. I want to get gear. I want to see the content of the raids and the dungeons, and I don't want to be stuck in a limbo, you know, like I have been. Like, it always feels like if you don't have the community in WoW, then it's really, really hard to, like, get anywhere. And I've always been, like, a lone wolf in the game. Like, I always solo everything, and I pug stuff, but, like, I don't have a supportive guild or anything like that, so... Just, it's a real uphill battle when you're completely on your own in the game. And you're at the bottom of the totem pole. Let's see. Zaralek and Suffusion camps. Can carry MOs and +2 farms. I'd happily DPS a Mythic 0 just to get you in. My Shaman is 417. With the 3 of us, you can't get kicked. But yeah, I can send you an invite to the community. They'd absolutely try and help. You have us. I can help you do content to get gear to get in. So can Kaiser. That would be so amazing. I would definitely have to do it, though, on, like, my days off, like Friday, Saturday. Because during the week, obviously, like, I'm streaming and trying to get through all these art commissions. But I would absolutely be interested, you know, if you guys are willing to help me, because I get really sad just being a scrub. Like, I don't want to be a scrub rogue. I want to actually, you know, get to play this expansion and, you know, see the content and everything. Ooh, I will join. I am a DPS. Let's see. Next. What activities you're interested in? I'm going to say all 3 because I will do all of it. What activities do you want to receive notifications for? I am in North America. Okay. 1
We all start as scrubs. A rogue, eh? Run some LFRs with me if you want, if that's what you're up for doing. I'll gladly run LFR with you and help with mythics. Yeah, like, I want to do LFR because I want to see the, you know, the fights. Like, I want to see the Razageth story and all that. I want to see the lore and the content of Dragonflight and all the cinematic scenes, and I want to know what's actually going on in the game, you know? But, like I said, every time I try to do this stuff, bad things happen, and it's because I've always been going it alone, but, like, if I got people to help me out, you know, got some friends, it won't be so bad. You're unlikely to get to do Vault LFR. Well, that was the one I queued for, you know, the very first LFR, because I want to see the content, and we did get to, like, I don't know, it was the second boss or something, and that's when the tanks all left and the party fell apart. So, that was unfortunate. But yeah, like, once I get some better gear, too, like, I do want to do mythics, and, like, I'm not the kind of person where I want to be, like, the highest level, you know, tripped out rogue there is. Like, I don't want to be the best of the best with the highest item level and, like, all the best achievements and, you know, the crazy hard to get mounts and stuff. Like, I'm way too casual for all of that. I just want to do the basics. Like, I want to be able to queue up and do, you know, Mythic Plus at a kind of casual. Like, I'm probably never gonna get up to the high keys. You know, like the highest Mythic Plus key I've ever done is like 11. That's, like, to me, getting to a key 11 is perfectly fine. Like, I'm happy there. You know? But it's always hard just to get in at all, you know? Because it's like, when you're starting out, you don't have a mythic key whatsoever. It's really hard to do mythics. So I definitely need that, like, leg up just to get my foot in the door. And then once I have my foot in the door, it's a lot easier. But it's so hard when you're starting out and, like, nobody wants to let you in the door. Because, you know, your item level is low, your DPS is low, you're pretty much just being carried and everything, and people are like, yeah. And because I'm a DPS, I'm not like a tank or a healer or anything overly important. And, you know, I'm a rogue, which people definitely kind of look down on rogues. So it makes it just so hard for me to get invited into anything. And to also not get kicked. Because I do get kicked out of stuff a lot. Like, they invited me in and then they kicked me back out, so. Let's see. People doing Vault LFR are either new, under-geared, or looking for something specific. Right now, I think that's why I've enjoyed TA. They're really supportive of people who just want to be able to do it. My highest is an 11, and I could go higher easily. Sort of picks up quick. I avoid Mythic Pluses because of how demanding people are. It's a bit ridiculous. People only want others that already know the mythics. Like what? Right, that's why I just fly solo content on Vic. Yeah. I mean, when I learn the dungeons and the raids and I learn my role and what I'm supposed to do, like, I'm a pretty competent player. And I do try my best to, like, you know, do my gear and my rotation and my DPS and everything the right way, like have a good spec and everything, because I try to put out decent damage. You know, I'm not like a total noob player by any means. Like, I do put forth effort to try and actually be good when I'm, you know, in the swing of things. But, you know, it's like I said, it's getting my foot in the door that's been the hard part. Because, like, nobody will give you a chance when you're just starting out and you're at the bottom. Your item level is low, so your DPS is going to suffer. And for rogues, like, if you have a low item level, it doesn't matter how good your rotation or your spec is. Your DPS is going to be below everybody. You're going to be dead last. Whereas, like, when I play other classes, like when I play Warlock or Mage, like, I could have the crappiest item level and gear, but, like, my DPS is, like, right up there. Way up there. So then people might be like, well, then why don't you play the game on the other classes? Why are you gonna suffer on your rogue? And it's like, the way I play WoW is Amma is my main, and she's the one who does all the content. So, like, if I'm not gonna do it on her, it's not gonna get done. Like, she's the character that I want to play on. Like, I don't care how much rogues have been nerfed or, like, how bad they are compared to other classes in terms of DPS. I love playing rogue, and it's my favorite class, and assassination is my favorite spec. And if I can't do the game as a rogue, then that's it. I'm just not gonna play the game. So that's how it is. That's why TA is good. They want people to learn and feel welcome in endgame. The point of TA is to put the foot in the door for others to prove everyone can do endgame. I play assassination rogue. Yay, fellow assassin! Like assassination rogue is my favorite because, like, it's part of the fantasy. Like, my character is an assassin, and even her title is Shadowblade Assassin. Like, that's the title I have over my head. Oh wait, it's on Elder. Hang on. Let me put it back on Shadowblade. I don't know why it's on Elder. It's not supposed to be. Hang on. My title is wrong! Oh my god. Shadowblade. Here we go. I'm gonna guess it switched it to Elder after, like, a patch or something, and I didn't notice. Because it should not be on that title. But anyway. You know, I'm all about the fantasy and being true to the character. And Amma is an assassination rogue. Always. Granted, in Shadowlands, when I was trying to get to the endgame content because I wanted, you know, the mount, I had to switch to Outlaw Rogue, and I got used to it, and I did it, but I didn't like it. Like, I really hated that I had to play a spec that I don't normally play just so that I can get through the raids and stuff and do better DPS, because, oh man, assassination was really suffering in Shadowlands. And, you know, it also didn't help that I had the wrong covenant, so I picked Night Fae when I should have been Venthyr. So that also really hurt my DPS a lot. And again, like, when people know that your DPS isn't good, they're much less likely to invite you into their parties. So that's why Shadowlands really sucked too, because it was like, if you pick the wrong covenant, well, now you gotta go join the other covenant and do all this work to get your renown up, and it's like, I don't have time for that. Like, I did all this work to get my renown maxed out with the Night Fae. I don't want to do it all over again. No thanks. Like, I didn't like how Shadowlands kind of, like, locked you into stuff. Definitely wasn't a good experience. I hope Shadowlands isn't like that in any way. I don't think Shadowlands really has much in the way of borrowed power mechanics like the other expansions have had. Because I mean, like there's dragon flying, but I don't know what else there is. Does Shadowland, or not Shadowlands, does Dragonflight have like legendaries and stuff like that, or? I'm guessing if there are legendaries, it's probably like a crafting thing. Honestly though, I'm really happy that Blizzard like laid off the, you know, borrowed power thing that they've been doing for so long. Ooh, we're getting close with this sketch. Once I'm done doing the thicker outlines, then I'm gonna do the sketchy shading lines. And then I'm gonna write their names and sign it, and then it'll be done. It's looking good. Cute couple. And then after this, it's back to the hard mode art. Like, oh my god, I get like overwhelmed when I get really big commissions. It's like I can do them, but I still get overwhelmed because the way I work on art is like step by step. So I tell myself, okay, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. It's like, gotta do the rough sketch, make sure everything looks good, you know, get all the references in, fix the anatomy, make sure perspective is right and proportions are right. You know, rough sketch phase is difficult because you really got to pin everything down like right then before you ink the line art. And then, you know, once you get past rough sketch phase, all right, it's like, okay, then you get line art phase, and now you gotta make all your lines really perfect and pretty, and you gotta fix any mistakes that there might have been with the rough sketch. And, you know, the line art takes a couple hours, so, you know, get ready to be sitting in your chair for a long time and being like laser focused. And then you get the line art done, and now you get to the next phase, which is, for me, the most time consuming phase, which is color flats. So I was like, all right, now we got to do the color flats, and along with the color flats, depending on the commission, we also got to do color holds. So we got to kind of colorize the line art to make things look softer and nicer. So, you know, there's another like 8 to 9 to 10 hours of work right there. And by the time you get that done, you're like over it. You're like, yep, I'm ready to move on to another project. But wait, you're not done yet. Now you gotta do shading and highlights and airbrush effects. Oh, and now you gotta paint a background. And now you gotta like adjust all the lighting to make sure that the characters look like they actually fit in the background. And by the time you're done with all that, you're looking at the picture and you're like, oh my god, I hope I didn't make any mistakes, because at this point it's really hard to fix mistakes, because you're gonna have to do hours worth of editing if you made any errors. So you finally get to the end, and it's been like 20 to 30 some odd hours working on one project. And again, you're really over it by this point because you have no patience at all to spend that much time on one picture. And you start to like feel that urge to procrastinate. You're like, oh man, I just want to work on something else. But no, you must steel yourself and get your focus. You have to finish this one big project. And you just, you push through it, and finally, at long last, it's done, and it looks phenomenal, and you can be really proud of it and post it and like let everybody enjoy your hard work. And then you move on to the next one and you do it all over again. And that's why, guys, I take a week off at the end of every month, because I get so like burnt out from working on so many of these projects. I'm just like, oh, I don't want to draw anymore. Like literally as an artist, I do have a creative battery. It's just like your cell phone battery, like it does drain like bit by bit the more art you do. And eventually that creative battery is so empty. You're just like, yep, time to go do other things. I'm gonna go out and water the flowers and go play with Bibble and go ride my bike and go swim in a lake and, maybe do some other kind of creative thing, like make some jewelry, or I have like a soap making kit, make some soap, watch some TV. And after I do all that and I completely recharge, then I'm ready to go. Be like, all right, let's do this. And that's what's worked for me pretty good so far for the past 3 years. So I really do like having that week off where I just go do other things, because it helps me tremendously so that I don't get creative burnout. Also, enjoy your dinner, Baboon. Now we're gonna make hamburgers for dinner tonight. Homemade hamburgers and crinkle cut French fries. Yeah. I always wish they invented like teleporters for food. Cause it's like every time I cook something good and I post a picture of it like in the Discord, it's like I wish I could just put my food through the screen and like share it with you guys. It was like, look, I made pad thai, I made chicken cacciatore, I made chili. I make all kinds of good stuff. And I do love feeding people. Like, I like sharing my food with people. So, like, when I made the chicken cacciatore, I brought it over to my friend's house and I fed, like, 4 other people. And then, I gave some to my dad, my friend Penny, her parents. And I gave some of my chili to Neo Yoshi and his mom. And everybody enjoys. I like cooking. It's nice. Oh yeah, chili is great. And you know what I do with my chili? I melt like Fiesta blend, like cheddar cheese and stuff on top of it. And I have it on rice. So I make I boil up some rice and I put a packet of Sazon seasoning in it. So it makes it into yellow rice. Gives it a little nice flavor. It's like saffron, basically. And and I put the chili on top of the rice, and then I melt the cheese on top of the chili. And it is delicious. He is making me hungry. Oh. I could certainly eat, I don't know what, but probably when I finish this sketch, I'm not going to go right into the Final Fantasy picture. I'm going to go make dinner. And and like take a little break, and then I'm gonna come back and stream the Final Fantasy thing, and you know, do as much work on that as I can. So that will be the plan. Because, like, you guys all know I'm terrible about taking breaks. When I'm streaming art, like, I tend to go, like, 6 to 7 hours straight without actually having a break. Like, I get up periodically just to go to the bathroom or, like, get a drink or a quick snack or something, or feed Bibble. But I don't actually take a break. It's more like I just stepped away for a moment. So yeah, I'm gonna actually make myself take like a real break. You know what I've been like just dying for lately that I don't have? I've been dying for cookies. Like, I bought myself cookies, and then Mike, that stinker, he, like, ate them all. Because, you know, I don't eat a lot of them. I have, like, maybe 1 or 2 cookies a day. But Mike will just go through the bag. And they're gone. Now that I need a cookie, I don't have any. And I'm really, like, I need my cookie. Really bad. Gotta have cookies in my life. Oh, and I've been doing really, really good with losing weight too, so. So even though, you know, I like to have cookies, I like all things in moderation. You know, I'm not overdoing it when I do get cookies. Like, I've been finally able to fit into these, like, jean shorts that I bought that I haven't been able to fit into for the past 3 years, so I feel really good about that. Get to go out wearing my nice jean shorts again. Edit this because I feel like his Adam's apple needs to be moved over a little bit. Like more over here. Alright, we got our thicker lines done. So I'm going to write their names and sign it, and then I'm going to work on the sketchy shading lines, and that'll be that. So we're going to write the names on the side that pertains to who the character is, so... write the other name above this and then move it because I want to make sure I get the letters about the same size, so. R-Y-T-H. Do you want me to write the full, like, Rythriel or just Ryth? Alright. And I'm just because of space purposes, I'm not writing their last names, just the first names. Because I don't want the picture to be, like, overly busy, you know. Lined up. See, Viccian. Right there. So I gotta move it up a little. Right there. There we go. That way they're like lined up. There we go. Now I'm going to sign along the shoulder. Do our sketchy shading lines, but before I do that, I just need to go to the bathroom real quick because I drank a lot of coffee, as I tend to do. BRB. back. I decided to also go downstairs and get a Baby Bell cheese and have some Triscuit crackers with it. I love my cheese. I was just feeling a little hungry, need a little quick snacky poo. Thank you, thank you. Alrighty, let us do our little sketchy lines. And then when I'm done with this, I'm gonna make the homemade burgers and fries. So sit down, have some dinner with Mike. And then I will get back to starting up the stream anew for Final Fantasy XIV Kitty Cat People. Just finished weekly on the road, doing surprisingly well this week. Bleeds, bleeds, make everything bleed. That is true. Bleeds are important for rogue. Like, I always got Garrote and Rupture going all the time. That and poisons. Make them poisoned, make them bleed. just got a compliment on my big boy DK's transmog, the one who has invincible. Nice! The one I'm leveling. Did you hit 60 yet? Because you said you were almost at 60. Oh, okay, you're getting there. Keep going, you got this. Man, I have so many like level 60s and level 50s tunes. I just wait for the time walking and then I, level them up little by little. Because like the amount of XP that I get doing time walking dungeons is far greater than like anything else. So that's usually what I do. And the Mists of Pandaria time walking is the best because those dungeons take like 5 minutes and then you're done and on to the next one. And you go up a level like every single dungeon just about. Until you get closer to 70, then it's like 2 dungeons per level. But again, they're so fast that it's like a whirlwind how quick you level up. Like I got Uzuma from level 60 to 70 in maybe 2 hours at most, which is pretty darn good. I do Wrath dungeons because they're relatively short. Up to 60. Yeah, that works. Plus, I like Wrath dungeons. I mean, I'm a Wrath baby, so, like, I have a nostalgic attachment to any Wrath of the Lich King content. Like, for the longest time, it was always my most favorite expansion in the game, so... Wrath, MOP, and Legion are the best leveling, time walking for 60 to 70. Yeah. For suresies. You know the worst one? Freaking Warlords of Draenor and, Burning Crusade. Oh god. When there's Burning Crusade time walking, I won't do it. At all. And then, what was the other? Kata. Oh yeah, Kata. Blech. I don't like the Kata dungeons were hard, even when the content was current. Because Blizzard's like, let's make the game hard again, because that's what people seem to want. Ay. Burning Crusade scaling is broken. Yeah. I remember, I don't know if it was like Lord Canis or something, but when the Burning Crusade time walking was going on, he was just like in my server, just constantly railing about how horrible it was, like freaking out, completely flipping his shit over it. I felt really bad for him. I'm like, man, if the time walking Burning Crusade dungeons are so bad, maybe you should wait till another time walking. Wait for the Wrath ones. Because he was just constantly, like, going off. I didn't really know what to say to the dude, Legion has Vault of the Wardens, but it's just annoying, not hard or bad. The only thing in Vault of the Wardens that is annoying is the final boss, because, like, sometimes I do get groups where they don't really know what to do for the Vault of the Wardens final boss. So we wipe like 2 or 3 times before we get it. That's the only thing I ever have trouble with that. Like, it always happens with that last boss. Whenever you got a fight that requires mechanics where people have to know what to do, and you get a group where people don't know the mechanics, like, expect it's gonna be a bit of a rocky time. You know the worst one, though? The one that always has, it's, oh, what is that one called? It's a Legion one with, like, the Tide Sages, you know? And they have, like, the boss that could mind control the other players. And, like, those little floating orbs on the floor. Like, every time I get into, you know, a time-walking group for that. Oh, what the heck is the... Hang on, I'm gonna look it up. I wanna see what that dungeon is. It's a Legion dungeon, and it's like these Tide Sages and like... Or is it BFA? Sorry, I mean BFA. Sorry. Battle. Let's go BFA. Let's see, which one is it? Shrine of the Storm, I think. It's not? Huh. Lord Storm Song. Well, maybe, oh, you know what? It was because, like, when I was leveling my characters, I would be leveling in BFA dungeons. And we'd always have a real doozy of a time on Lord Storm Song in Shrine of the Storm. Because this is the guy who, like, mind controls the players. And, like, if they don't know the mechanics, like, what they're supposed to do, it gets real bad. So half the time when we do that, we don't make it past the 3rd boss, and the group wipes too many times, and then everybody disbands. So whenever I see Shrine of the Storm pop up, I usually just insta-quit. Like, I'm not even gonna bother. I don't even wait for the dungeon to load in. I'm just like, I just close the game. I'm like, that's it. We're done. That's why I use Chromie and do Wrath. Yeah. I hate doing... Like, some of the BFA dungeons are fine. Like, they're pretty easy. But that one, oh man. Again, it's one of those things where, again, it's about mechanics. And if the people that you're in the pug with don't know the mechanics, get ready for a really rough time. A lot of wipes, a lot of people getting angry, people quitting, and then the whole group just falling apart. And that's just what happens. I feel like I've only gotten through Shrine of Storms maybe like 3 times total, because like out of all the times I've run it, it was only 3 times where I had a group that actually knew what they were doing. So, that was nice. I like those rare groups where the people really know what they're doing, and they're polite, and they do a good job, and everybody gets through it okay. It's always nice when you get one of those pugs where the people are like really polite and respectful and friendly. Like, you know, it's gonna be a good group right off the bat when the people actually talk in the beginning, like when they're like, hello friends, or how's everybody doing today? Like, you know, you get into a lot of these pickup groups that are just silent, like dead silent, like nobody says hello, nobody talks. And then, you know, as soon as something goes wrong, they chew you out. But if you get a group where people start off by saying hello, and like, you know, they're friendly and polite and sociable, then you're probably gonna have a good time. And usually when I get groups like that, we typically stick together for like a couple of dungeon runs. And then, you know, sometimes the people will even want to add you, like as a friend, like, hey, can we play again together sometime? You know, because it went really well. So I definitely enjoy when I get into a random group like that with people who actually talk, people who are polite and friendly, and you know, we all just are trying to help each other out and get through it. Or you get abandoned after missing a jump and that's it. Yeah, communication is so important, really, honestly. When you get into those really quiet groups where nobody talks, just, you know, it could go either way. Either the people know what they're doing or they don't. Either they're nice or they're mean. You just don't know what you're gonna get, you know? It's like Forrest Gump. Pugs are like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. You just gotta hope for the good ones. And sometimes I do get like really quiet groups, but they're still good. Like everything goes without a hitch. We don't have any wipes. Everybody knows what they're doing, and it's quiet. Nobody says a darn thing, but like everybody's just doing their job, you know, and we get through the content. And then usually after we're done, the group just disbands. Like they don't stick together to do more, even though they did everything just fine. I always kind of wish that the good groups would at least stick together, you know, queue up for a few more. Especially during time walking. It's like, hey, yo, we all worked really good together. We should, like, keep going, you know? Do a few more. Everybody's here with the same goal. You're just gonna queue up again. Might as well stay in the same group, you know? guys, so I do believe that this sketch is done. So I'm gonna save the file and get it sent over. And I'm gonna go cook dinner and watch another episode of The Dragon Prince while Mike and I eat. And then when I get back, I will get to work on working on the Final Fantasy 14 piece. And I'm pretty much gonna just work on that, you know, until my bedtime. So just I'm gonna plug away at it and get as much of it done as I possibly can, but I'm not gonna, like, you know, kill myself over it. I'm gonna try and be reasonable, and like if I get it done today, great. If not, then, you know, we just move it into tomorrow. Alright, so I'm gonna end the stream here and get this file posted. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll be back in probably like an hour or so, hour and a half, maybe 2, depends how long it takes to cook / eat, because my oven is very slow to heat up. Alright guys, ciao for now, bye bye, and you are so welcome. Thank you so much for commissioning me. See ya!